Hi everybody, my name is Dr. Riley. I am your professor for this summer B session's Intro to Journalism course, which is MMJ 2331. It's an online class, meaning that we do not meet in person. All of the course is going to be taken over the magical powers of the internet. I had some early thoughts. I wanted to send you some instructions on the course, some directions on how to start, and I figured it was just easier to do a video than it was to try to type that all up. Some good news: if you hate videos in online classes and video lectures, this is the last one you'll ever have to watch. The rest of the lectures, as we'll talk about in a second, are all done via slides. So no more videos from this point forward. So some thoughts as we move forward and everybody gets up to speed here. The way to start is heading to the Folio site. If you already are at the Folio site, that's pretty cool. And you want to start on the Content button by hitting that, and then going to the Content tab that says Start Here. That has some early instructions about the course and the general flow of things. And from there, you can explore the rest of the Folio site, such as checking out the syllabus, making sure you're saving that, downloading it if you want. You can print it off if you want. Doesn't matter what you want to do with it, but just make sure that you read it to make sure that you know what's in it. So after the syllabus, the next big thing to do is to make sure that you have access to My Writing Lab. That's the thing I've been sending you emails about for the last couple of weeks. If you have not already done so, please make sure that you purchase a subscription to My Writing Lab so that you can complete it this summer. You can do that by going to the Pearson website and buying an access code, which will get you into the course. From there, you put in the course ID number. You can find that in the attached information in the My Writing Lab section of the Folio course. My Writing Lab isn't fun, but it is mandatory. It is a departmental rule that everybody who takes Introduction to Journalism has to take and pass My Writing Lab. It replaced a really old grammar test everyone hated that you had to take in person, so this is sort of a compromise. And the rule is that you have to pass My Writing Lab in order to pass the course. If you have done A-level work in every other single assignment in the class, but you forget about My Writing Lab, you don't take it, or you don't give yourself enough time, or you fail it, you automatically fail the course, which is a real bummer. So please make sure you're keeping up with My Writing Lab, and that starts with getting a subscription to My Writing Lab. I believe it is about $39.99 on the Pearson website. It is the same cost everywhere. There is no discounted version. I know that's an expense maybe you weren't planning for, and I do apologize for that, but it is a mandatory part of the course. So that is My Writing Lab. The way that My Writing Lab works, the instructions are laid out pretty well on Folio, but just to be clear, you start off by taking a test called the Path Builder. If you score a 90 or higher on the Path Builder, then you are done. You don't have to touch it again for the rest of the semester. If you get lower than a 90, then you have to work through the 4 different sort of module sections that cover different aspects of English grammar. So give yourself a little time to brush up on English grammar if you want to maybe try to get that 90%. If you do get a 90 or higher on the Path Builder, please email me and let me know so I can mark you as having completed. So moving on from there, let's go through some of the grades, where your points come from. You're going to have 900 points in this class, and those 900 points will come from a series of different assignments. Just from the get-go, you will have a midterm and a final. The midterm and final are both open book, open notes. I'm not looking for you to memorize things here. I'm looking for you to be able to synthesize things. The midterm and the final will both cover sort of big chunks of the course. They won't generally repeat each other. So the midterm covers the halfway point. The final tends to cover stuff more towards the back end of the course. They're going to be multiple choice. They will be done entirely on Folio, and they are worth pretty big chunks of points. Also, you will have quizzes. The quizzes are in the weekly designated sections of the Folio course. More on that in a second. The quizzes, you have about 2 per week. I generally have set them up to be on Wednesday and on Friday. The quizzes will be a mix of stuff from the lectures, stuff from the textbooks. It'll be sometimes just AP style stuff, and sometimes it'll be what we call a news quiz. And a news quiz is where I will give you a topic. Sometimes it's a place or a name or a phrase, and your job is to tell me why that's in the news right now. So if I was to give you Hong Kong, your job would be to look up why Hong Kong is in the news right now. And the answer would be that there's large-scale protests that have to do with a extradition law to mainland China that is unpopular there. So you just explain that, and that will suffice. From there, you also have smaller assignments. So you have a daily attendance check. There is one of them nearly every day, and so you need to make sure you're logging on to the Folio course every day to complete them. You can't do them ahead of time. You need to do them on a daily basis. And they generally involve looking up something in the book and telling me what you think about it. It could also be finding certain answers to things in the book. That's added. I've added a couple of those as well. They're not worth very many points, but you do want to make sure you complete them. You don't want to harm yourself and your grade in any sort of way just by forgetting about them. There's not going to be any on the 4th of July because it's a holiday, and I'm pretty sure I didn't put one on the day that the midterm is due, so to give you plenty of time to brush up for the midterm and take the midterm as well as the final exam. Those are the daily attendance check assignments, and those are, again, on Folio. Then our journalistic assignments. There are minor writing exercises and major writing assignments. The minor writing exercises, those build up to the larger assignments. They're worth less points, so there's less pressure on them. And sometimes it is as simple as writing a one-sentence news lead. Sometimes I'm going to give you a prompt and ask you to write a full story. But everything is in preparation of the big assignments. The two big assignments, the major writing assignments, are going to be due roughly about halfway into the semester and then at the end of the semester. The first one is going to be me giving you an information prompt and you turning that information into a news story. The second one is going to be you having to find an event out in the world, a public event. Could be a community fundraiser event. It could be something on campus if you're still around Statesboro, whatever it happens to be. And you're going to go to it and write a story journalistically about it. And that's going to involve you talking to the people who have put on and promoted the event, talking to people who are there enjoying the event. You're going to get quotes. You're going to do real interviews with them and write it up into a story. You're going to do real, live, actual journalism in this course, and I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. Even if it seems daunting now, by the end of week 5, you will be ready to go. So those are the major assignment points, and then the general flow of the class then is once you get through the early stuff in the course, you'll find that the course is set up into weeks. And each one of the weeks, when you click on them, they'll have a sort of briefing paragraph or a couple of paragraphs at the top that'll explain kind of roughly what we're doing that week. And then from there, you'll find that there's 4 different sections. There's lectures, there's attendance checks, there's tests, and there's the writing exams, or for writing assignments. Lectures are where you're going to find the lectures for this course. And like I said, if you hate videos, good, this is the only video that we're going to do. The rest of the lectures are PowerPoint slides that I've saved as PDFs to make them easy to download and save on your phone, or easy to download and print if you want to print them. You can take them with you. You can look over them whenever you want to. That's fine. So those are the lectures. The attendance checks are where you'll find the daily attendance assignments. The tests section is where you'll find the quizzes on most weeks, and then the midterm and final exam. And then finally, the writing assignments portion is where you will find either the minor writing exercises or the major writing assignments. If you are confused at all by that, that is fine. Please let me know. I will clarify it to the best of my abilities. Just as a heads up as well, for those of you who may have your money tied up in financial aid and maybe you're still waiting on it, I have provided the first 2 chapters of the textbook for free on the course site. Because of copyright reasons, I can't give you any more than that, and I have to take them down after the first week of the course. But just in case you're still waiting on that book to come in, the first 2 chapters will clear you for the first week. And then last but certainly not least, just sort of a general word of warning / encouragement. Encouragement in that this is a totally doable course, and I think you can learn a lot in a really short period of time. The warning is that it is a really short period of time, and so it can be easy to fall behind. So my suggestions are to Make sure you are looking at the course on Folio at least once a day to do that attendance check, you don't fall behind there, to make sure that you are really understanding what the lectures say and what the book is saying, making sure you really understand the instructions for the assignment. And if you don't, please make sure you're contacting me. That's what I'm here for. I'm the person who's meant to teach you, and so I can't help you in understanding where you're falling behind unless you ask, unless you start that dialogue. So we can't really have regular office hours this semester, so instead we're going to do digital office hours. So every Thursday from 9 a.m. until noon, I will be on Skype, and you can find my Skype username in the syllabus. I'm just going to be hanging out. I'll be logged in. You can either use the text version of Skype, where you can sort of treat it like a chat room. You can use an audio call. You can do a video call. Whatever you feel comfortable doing, that'll be the way we'll do office hours. So we can clarify any questions you have there. Other than that, the best ways of getting my attention are email. My email is on the syllabus as well. Just do me a favor if you're going to email me and put MMJ2331 in the subject line. I get a lot of email all the time, and so being able to see which ones are coming specifically from students in my class will help me get a response together faster. Also, I'm on Twitter a lot. My Twitter username is Dr. Riley underscore writes. It's also on the syllabus. If you direct message me on Twitter, that pops up on my phone faster than an email does. So if you are in a really bad pickle and you really need help, direct message me on Twitter and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So don't let yourself fall behind and be confused. If you feel that way, please get in touch with me and we'll help get you through. So with that, I look forward to seeing you all turn in your first assignments this week, and I look forward to us having a really awesome and productive semester. So with that, have a good rest of your day.